back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions along with their explanations and interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today Android application. So in this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision e-books that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. So without taking much of your time, let's get started. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 15th of January 2022. Starting with very first question, Bharath Subramaniyam, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sports? So the 14-year-old Bharath Subramaniyam became India's 73rd chess grandmaster after he secured the third and final GM norm at an event in Italy. And also he touched the requisite 2500 ELO mark. So he is related to chess. And also to remember that fellow Indian player M.R. Lalit Babu emerged as the winner in the tournament by winning this title. Okay, so he belonged to Tamil Nadu. Now apart from him, the 72nd Grandmaster of India is Mitrabha Guha and he is from West Bengal. Then 71st Grandmaster of India is Sankalp Gupta from Maharashtra, and the 70th Grandmaster of India is Raja Ritvik from the state Telangana. Now do remember that International Chess Day is observed on 20th of July every year, as this day marks the date of establishment of the International Chess Federation in Paris in the year 1924. Then apart from it, the 2021 World Rapid Championship was organized at Warsaw in Poland from 26th of December to 30th of December. And Grandmaster Nodirbek Abdusattorov, who belonged to Uzbekistan, won the championship, and Alexandrovich from Russia was at the second position, while Magnus Carlsen was at third place. Magnus Carlsen is from Norway. Now apart from all these things, do remember that Mohammad Shami recently became the 11th Indian bowler to claim 200 wickets in the test cricket in just 55 test matches. And also he is the third fastest Indian bowler to reach this milestone, as Kapil Dev and Javagal Srinath bagged the 200 test wickets in 50 and 54 test respectively. Okay. Now you have to tell me which country has recently won Under-19 Asia Cup Finals of 2021. Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 2. UNESCO agreed to publish descriptions of India's UNESCO World Heritage Sites on its website in which language? So the UNESCO's World Heritage Center has agreed to publish Hindi descriptions of India's UNESCO World Heritage Sites on the WHC website. And this information was shared by the Permanent Delegation of India to UNESCO, and it is to be implemented on the occasion of World Hindi Divas, which is observed on 10th of January across the world. Also to remember that Arabic calligraphy has been officially added to the UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. So the World Arabic Language Day is observed on 18th of December to honor the language, and the theme for 2021 was Arabic language, a bridge between the civilizations. Okay. Also to remember that Jomu soup of Haiti has recently been placed in the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List. Now earlier we have seen that India has recently been elected to the Executive Board of UNESCO for a term of total 4 years, that is from 2021 to 2025. And this Executive Board of UNESCO is one of the 3 constitutional organs of United Nations, and the members are elected in it as per the General Conference. And UNESCO was also in news because recently it has designated Srinagar as a part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network. So this is the 6th city to achieve this honor after Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Varanasi and Jaipur. Can you tell me, when do we observe World Diabetes Day? Question number 3. West African countries announced to cut their ties with which African country over delayed elections? So the West African nations will close their borders with Mali and cut diplomatic ties and impose tough economic sanctions in response to delay in holding the elections. So Economic Community of West African States, which is the 15-state regional bloc, has announced this because the Mali's interim authorities have proposed holding elections in December 2025 instead of this February as originally agreed with the bloc. Okay. Now apart from it, the Parliament of Kazakhstan has unanimously approved the appointment of Ali Khan Smailov as the new Prime Minister of the country. Then Pakistan is to appoint Aisha Malik as the first woman judge of the Supreme Court, and the Judicial Commission of Pakistan, which is headed by the Chief Justice Gulzar Ahmed, has approved her elevation by a majority of 5 votes against 4. Now one very important news, the Caribbean nation of Antigua and Barbuda joined the International Solar Alliance as the 102nd member by signing our International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement, which is the India-led global green energy initiative. Headquarters of this alliance lies in Gurugram in Haryana. If you remember, the 101st country which has joined this alliance is the USA. Now apart from all these things, do remember that Jammu Kashmir Real Estate Summit 2021 was recently held for the very first time, and during the summit 39 real estate memorandum of understandings worth 18,900 crore rupees were signed, and 19 of these MOUs belong to the residential sector, 8 were for commercial projects and 4 were related to hospitality. Fine. Can you tell me which is the India's first state or union territory to include the district level good governance index? Please answer me in the comments. Question number 4. What is the main objective of the James Webb Space Telescope? So NASA launched the James Webb Space Telescope on 25th of December 2021, and it is a joint collaboration between NASA, European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency. So the telescope recently completed its final deployment, which was of the primary mirror. So this is the largest space telescope ever built, and the mission is to help the scientists find out more about the origin of the universe, and also it will capture the infrared light from celestial objects with high resolution. Okay. Now apart from it, recently ISRO has announced about the plans for 2022, and it also provided details about the missions accomplished in the year 2021. So missions planned for 2022, Earth observation satellites 4 and 6 are to be launched on PSLV. Also ISRO will launch Aditya LS, Chandrayaan 3, ExpoSat, technology demonstration missions, etc. Okay. Now NASA was also in news because recently it launched its new LCRD, that is Laser Communication Relay Demonstration, from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. And this is the first ever laser communication system of NASA, which will help NASA in testing the optical communication in space. Now apart from it, IXPE, that is Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer mission, is the first satellite that is dedicated to measure the polarization of X-rays from a variety of cosmic sources such as black holes and the neutron stars. So this project is a collaboration between NASA and Italian Space Agency. Can you tell me which country has recently developed a next generation impact monitoring algorithm called as Sentry Second? Question number 5. What is the present status of China at the World Trade Organization? So China completed 20 years at the World Trade Organization, and its present status at the WTO is developing country. So a number of countries are raising concerns that China, being an upper middle income nation which deliver benefits that are reserved for developing countries under WTO norms. So concerns are also raised over the least developed country status, with Bangladesh losing their tag after surpassing India in terms of GDP per capita. Okay. Can you tell me, the United Nations General Assembly has graduated which three countries from LDC, that is least developed country, to developing country recently? Please name them. Now apart from it, the President of Sri Lanka has asked the China to restructure its debt repayments to help the country navigate its economic crisis. Actually, in the last decade, China has lent Sri Lanka over $5 billion for the projects including roads, airports and ports. So China is Sri Lanka's fourth biggest lender behind international financial markets, Asian Development Bank and Japan. Okay. Now China was also in news because the China's Chang'e 5 lunar lander has found the first ever on-site evidence of water on the surface of moon. And the study revealed that the lunar soil at the landing site contains less than 120 ppm water, or you can say 120 grams water per ton. And also the soil has a light vesicular rock which carries 180 ppm and that are much drier than that on Earth, and the presence of water was earlier confirmed by the remote observation, but the lander has detected signs of water in rocks and soil as well. Question number 6. Which state has extended the upper age limit for entry to state government service to 38 up to 2023? So the Odisha cabinet has decided to extend the upper age limit for entry to state government service to 38 for 3 years up to 2023. And at present, the maximum age limit to apply for state government services is only 32 years, and this applies only for the advertisements already made or to be made during the calendar years of 2021, 22 and 23. So there are also relaxations for reserved categories above the upper age limit of 38 years. Now apart from it, every year on Makar Sankranti in the month of January, pilgrims visit Ganga Sagar village for a dip at the union of the Ganga and the Bay of Bengal, and nearly 1 million devotees are expected to gather on the banks of the Ganga river on this year's event for the Holy Bath. And West Bengal recorded second highest number of COVID cases in the country. So do remember that Ganga Sagar Mela is a popular religious event held in the state of West Bengal. Now apart from it, as per a recent study, the European scientists announced that 2021 was the Earth's 5th hottest year on record. So the mean temperature globally last year was 1.1 to 1.2 degrees Celsius, higher than it was before industrialization led humans to begin releasing the large quantities of carbon dioxide into the air. And the year was 5th warmest by a slight margin after 2015 and 18. And the hottest years are 2016 and 2020 on record. Okay. Now apart from all these things, India and South Korea set a bilateral trade target of $50 billion before 2030. And South Korea's Trade Minister Yeo Han-koo and Indian Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal held bilateral talks in the New Delhi. Actually, in the year 2021, South Korea's exports to India increased 38.5%, while imports increased at 37.4%, and the trade balance recorded a surplus of $3.8 billion. So that's why India has set a new bilateral trade target with South Korea. Question number 7. Which country has officially banned conversion therapy which claims to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity? So Canada has officially banned the conversion therapy, joining a select list of countries that discontinued the treatment that claims to be able to change a person's sexual orientation or the gender identity. And the ban was passed by the Parliament in December 2021. Apart from Canada, there is only a small list of countries which have banned conversion therapies, for example Brazil, Ecuador, Germany and Malta. So under this law, anyone who looks to subject someone to conversion therapy could face up to 5 years in prison. Now do remember that recently Switzerland has legalized the same-sex marriage, and with this it became the 30th country in the world to do so. Now it allows the same-sex couples to adopt unrelated children and for married lesbian couples to have children through sperm donation. Now apart from it, we have talked about Vanuatu, which is a South Pacific Ocean nation made up of 80 islands, and recently it has moved to the International Court of Justice to issue an opinion on the rights of present and future generations to be protected from the effects of climate change. Question number 8. Which union ministry announced a dedicated grievance cell for uninterrupted supply of essentials? So the Ministry of Food Processing Industries has launched a dedicated grievance cell for the food and food-related industry to ensure smooth operations and uninterrupted supply of essentials for all the citizens. So the ministry had set up a similar grievance cell during the first wave when the national lockdown was imposed in the country, and the ministry said that industry players and people can send their concerns and queries on their site as well. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that RBI has recently created a new department named as Department of FinTech to promote innovation in the FinTech sector. And also it aims to identify the challenges and opportunities associated with it. So the new FinTech department will also provide framework for further research on the subject, and it will also help in policy interventions of RBI as well. Fine. Now apart from it, a new strain of coronavirus that combines Delta and Omicron has been detected in Cyprus. And this new strain has been named as Deltacron due to the identification of Omicron-like genetic signatures within the Delta genomes. So obviously there has been a constant spike in the cases of Omicron variant of COVID-19 across the globe, and a detailed study is yet to be done on how the new Deltacron variant will impact the world. Question number 9. Which film won the Best Picture Drama Award at the Golden Globes 2022? So The Power of a Dog was named as the Best Picture at the Golden Globes 2022. Apart from it, West Side Story won the Best Picture Award. And do remember that Will Smith won the Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama Award. Okay. Now talking about some of the important awards, actress Harshali Malhotra has been awarded the 12th Bharat Ratna Dr. Ambedkar Award. She is actually the girl Munni from Bajrangi Bhaijaan movie. Then Dr. Satish Adik has been selected by Indian Council of Medical Research for Subhas Mukherjee Award in the recognition of his outstanding contribution to the field of in vitro fertilization. Then J.C. Chaudhary has achieved the first ever Guinness World Record in numerology and the first world record of 2022 by educating about ancient science to around 6,000 participants of numerology who joined from USA, UK, India and Middle East. Hence the Guinness World Record Office has opened a new category called as numerology for this achievement. Can you tell me, according to British consultancy Center for Economic and Business Research, which country will become the world's top economy in dollar terms by the year 2030? Please write your answers in the comments. Now coming to last question, which country is the first to successfully conduct a human heart transplant from a genetically modified pig? So doctors at the University of Maryland Medical Center, USA has successfully conducted a human heart transplant from a genetically modified pig. So do remember that David Bennett became the first person in the world to get such a heart transplant, and this procedure was carried out on the basis that Mr. Bennett, who has terminal heart disease, would otherwise have died. Now apart from it, India has recently developed its first microprocessor named as Shakti. Now you have to tell me, Shakti is also the exercise between which two countries? Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nusrat Sana signing off.